I want you to look at this picture just a few minutes. Now on March 26th, people, a bunch of the honorable people, honorable, that's kind of like false advertising. Lindsey Graham and a bunch of the other nitwits are going to get together and talk about red flags, how to get it passed, how to screw the American people. They keep talking, it's mental illness. Mental illness, my ass. Every one of these kids, all these shootings have basically been caused by the FDA, your doctors prescribing these medications to calm these kids down, and then not monitoring them at all. They just turn them loose, give them the pills, let them go, kind of like people today raising kids. Let the school babysit them. This is just the beginning of the problem. In case you don't remember, out at Combine at the school, they were teaching these kids about suicide. This is before this happened. This is back in the 80s. Yeah, it's easier to get away from life than to face life. And that's what they were teaching them in this school out in Combine. But they don't want to talk about that. They want to talk about the guns. Take the guns first and due process later. No, this is not a mental health issue. This is a drug issue. Remember the war on drugs they never won? Well, this take the money away from them. Take the money away from most of these damn government agencies. Well, we're going to get to something else here. Hang with me because I've got to remember where in the heck I put it. Well, let's see. Let's go here. Because I really... Buzzy's been... hang in there. I'll put a link down to this because you guys are going to have to read this yourself. This is very important. Okay, we'll go... No, wrong one. Nope. Hang on. Be with me here. It's just... I'll put a link to this. And he's been saying what we've been thinking a long time. Now, people, if you believe you have the right to keep and bear arms, not to mention the rest of the Bill of Rights, do not wake up, and I mean now. The Republican Party in Washington, D.C., including Donald Trump, doesn't give a tinker's damn about their constitutional liberties. Those liberties are going to be gone, and I mean soon. The problem when the Republicans control the White House and the Congress, the good people of America would normally think that Washington would resist the trampling of their constitutional liberties. But that's not where they're at now. Not since the British Crown sent troops to Lexington and Concord on April 19, 1775 to confiscate the firearms of the colonists, as the central government in America attempted to pass laws to confiscate the firearms of innocent Americans, people who do not have not been accused of a crime, charged with a crime, or people who have even been threatened. So, we're talking about gun confiscation. You know, it's been said the Republicans are a stupid party. Well, Exhibit A, the Republican chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee, Lindsey Graham of South Carolina. Based on what Graham is doing, one would think he's planning to forfeit control of the Senate to the Democrats that lose the White House in 2020 because he is holding a hearing to promote the nastiest form of Bloomberg-sponsored gun control. As it turns out, Graham and his new buddy, anti-gun zealot, Senator Richard Blumenthal of Connecticut, are scheduling a hearing on gun confiscation orders sugar-coated as red flag laws on March 26th. Now, this is that one that Marco Rubio brought forth. As you already know, and if you don't know, well, that's the way it is. President Trump made it crystal clear that he wants the government to enact the red flag gun confiscation laws as soon as possible. And don't forget, Trump has also appointed the GOP Senate, has confirmed the most disgusting swamp creature in the world, William Barr, as America's Attorney General. Barr wants the red flag. During his confirmation hearing, Barr told Senator Dianne Feinstein that implementing red flag laws is the single most important thing that we can do in the gun control area. Now see, they don't look. They're only looking at the guns. They're like, they have blinders on. They can only see guns are their problem when we all know for a fact it's the drugs, the psychological drugs they've been feeding these kids. But they're not locking up the judges or the doctors. They're not getting rid of the Food and Drug Administration for not doing their job. Good Lord. You and I both know the red flag confiscation law would not have a prayer of passing if a Democrat was in the White House right now, because millions of rank and file Republicans, Christians, and conservatives would scream their opposition. But with a Republican in the White House and Republicans in charge of the Senate, the vast majority of our good freedom-oriented folks are sound asleep. They're going to push Lindsey Graham, Marco Rubio, and Donald Trump are going to push these laws down the throat of American people and still tell everybody they are for the Second Amendment. So people, I will put the link of this down. You go read this, call your congressman, your senators, call the newspaper, inform your neighbors, but get this done. This is deadly serious, people. It's just another foot in the door, and once the door is open, they'll come in for the rest. Mark my word. Thanks for watching.